it is in fact new dashboard time. I have a new dashboard in here for the dually, and I said I wasn't gonna do this. I really talked about not doing this. I fought this for months, but I'm gonna do a new dashboard. Why? Why am I doing a new dashboard, you ask? Well, my biggest problem, other than the fact that my truck randomly shuts off on me, is the fact that the dashboard is not black. Look at this thing though. Oh man. Dashboard for the Denali with black leather. Look at that. Can you guys even see the detail on that bitch? So why am I installing a new dashboard for my big truck? Well, because I'm converting the whole interior to black, essentially. Black and tan. So in the process of doing this whole thing, I've come across a major issue where my truck keeps shutting off on and off, and I don't know where or why. I'm pretty sure there's a loose wire either behind the dashboard or somewhere between the engine and firewall. I don't really know, but I want to go ahead and take this out of the equation anyway. This is gonna suck. This is like 100% gonna suck. No way around it. This is gonna fucking blow cock and balls. I've looked up the process for swapping this dashboard out. It's over 100 screws, and it's just gonna be a nightmare. It's really gonna be a nightmare. And it's not gonna really be that apparent until I pull everything off either, but there's so much dirt and soot and crap behind the dashboard and in the air conditioning unit and stuff like that I'm just gonna have to pull everything out. I'm pulling the dash out. Fuck. I'd love to sit there and tell you guys that I've thought about this more than I have. I haven't. This is solely just something that I need to do. And the only way I'm gonna be able to do it is if I just do it. So I think I'm gonna keep the driver's seat in there. I was really not sure if that's a smart idea. It's probably not. And if you wanna know the truth, I don't have a plan for this. I'm gonna unhook the battery, because obviously we're dealing with a lot of electronics. And then I'm just gonna pull everything out. It's pretty simple, so let's fucking do it. Let's just get to it. Cue the music. Dirt. Look at all that dirt just building up, man. We're gonna get rid of all of that. Look at that, that's inside the AC vent system. Ah! It fell right on me. symphony of 100 bolts. All right, it feels like I got the whole lower section of the dash pulled out and disconnected. I think the last thing for me should be the series of bolts and nuts that go along the top of this hidden plate, so I gotta pull that out now. That piece was a bitch and a half. Don't know why. Mostly it's all 100% clips. And underneath those clips, there's these T15 bolts. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, who fucking knows? I have to be the fucking count to do any goddamn thing in this thing. One bolt, ha ha ha. Oh no, that's gone. That's gone forever. Part of my air conditioning system now. Hey, you guys better leave a comment below and say how many times that's happened to you. Reminds me of when I was a kid, I used to put pennies in my dad's air conditioner because I was a stupid kid, and every time he took a turn, it would sound like freaking change. Right, is that everything? I mean, woo, we're loose. Yep. I see, said the blind man. Something my dad says. Aha, I see, said the blind man. Again, never having done this before, I think I found the next step. It would appear that we need to undo these 2 bolts. I don't know, but I think I'm just gonna undo these 2 and then that whole thing should just rock forward maybe. Aha, that's what that was. Look at that. The whole dash was coming out now. I'm definitely gonna have to take the steering wheel out to put the new dashboard in though. There's almost no way around that, I don't think. Look, all right, everything's in the way. No big deal, we're almost there. We're out. Phantasma. Jesus, look at this piece of shit. Hey, a time lapse, look at that. What a perfect time to put in today's sponsor, Lucy. I've worked with Lucy before and I really appreciate them supporting a channel. And so let's just get right into it, man. Lucy is a much more refreshing alternative to getting your nicotine fix. Whether you smoke, whether you chew, whether you dip, whether you vape, whatever it is, Lucy's not here to make you feel bad for doing those. Lucy just wants to give you a refreshing alternative. It's discreet and it's refreshing. If you're on the job or you're busy, I know what it's like, man. I've been in automotive shops my whole life. I get it. You can use my link in the description below. Show me some support, show Lucy some support. They help me keep things going. I appreciate you guys. And now it's time to get back to the video. All right, so removing the dash has been less conclusive than I'd like to be. I was like hoping I could just pull the dashboard off and there'd be like one wire that's crimped and I'd be like, oh, that's it. It's leading right to the starter. It has to be it. And it wasn't that cut and dry, Dan. It wasn't that simple. So what I decided to do before I start cracking wires behind the dash, try to start fixing cables or anything like that, I said, let's start from ground one, the fuses. A lot of you guys are gonna talk shit, right? You're gonna be like, Dan, why don't you do this first? So my fuse box from the factory has been broken. Like this is how it's always looked in the truck, right? Just exposed like this, because normally there's like a cap that covers it, but this thing has clearly been beat to fuck before. And there's a lot of crap in it and stuff like that, and you're thinking to yourself like, damn, Dan, that probably has something to do with it, right? Who knows? It's always been like this, and I haven't always had the issue. But that being said, rather than replacing the fuse box immediately, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna pull the fuses out, and then I'm gonna clean all the ports, and then I'm gonna probably put new fuses back in. So I got micros, I got 30s, I got relays. I might just go buy a bunch of all new relays and fuses, clean this thing up and see if I can't find it. So I have some good old-fashioned, non-sponsored electrical cleaner. This is safe for electronics. This is what you use on wires and ports and stuff like that. I'm gonna spray some of that good old stuff all over the place and see if I can't clean up everything. And then I'm gonna replace all of my fuses because they all fucking look like this. I mean, I don't know if this is the problem, but it probably helps. I need micros. Do I need micros? This feels wrong. My connection points down in here, non-conductive, non-flammable. is this? That looks like something that could cause a fucking problem is what that looks like. Bro, that's gonna be a bitch. Here's a partially sleeved wire. I'm not saying that this is an issue or this caused the issue, but that will develop into an issue because it's not properly connected. I bet I could rip that out if I tried. Matter of fact, I'm gonna. Look how shitty they are. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up the way I want it to, but like, yeah, I'm sure that was running fine. I don't know. I got my work cut out for me. Fuck. It's about to get dirty in here. This is ridiculous! All right, there is a substantial difference. I don't know if it's gonna come across on camera, but everything's a lot less dusty, less covered in dirt. I got the air vents nice and cleaned out the best I could. Ran as much compressed air through them as I could. Some rubbing alcohol. I'm really happy with the amount of dust that I was able to get out. That and the air compressor really helped. That being said, I think it's about time to put the new dash in. Now, one of the things, this is the old dashboard, you can tell by the dirt. There used to be an airbag that goes in here. I popped that out using just a pry bar and some washers to create space in between the actual clips. And here is this airbag. Same thing, right? Be really careful with these. Don't face them towards yourself. Don't attach battery power to them. I unplugged it while the battery was undone. Hopefully it won't blow up on my face. But I need to pop it in the clips of the new dashboard real quick.
I'm defusing the bomb. Bomb has been defused.
Clippy, clippy, clippy. Yep. All right, all these clips are mounted and seated. Airbag installed. All right, so I've got my airbag here also pulled out because to pull the dashboard out, I really should have taken the steering wheel off, but I just cut some plastic to make it come out. Now to put the new one in, I'm definitely need to replace it, or pull the steering wheel anyway. But I've done this before on GM stuff. It's pretty easy. There's a couple clips here that we need to pop out because they're gonna be attached to my clock spring. That's what this is. So we don't wanna rip out the clock spring, so we'll disconnect this. And if you're gonna fuck around with any sort of airbags and stuff like that, I gotta say, do not forget to take out your battery or unhook your battery, because you'll blow the fucking airbag up and you'll hurt yourself. It's just how it is. It's big spooky. It's like handling a bomb. I know I'm not one for safety most times, but I want to make sure you guys don't hurt yourself, because a lot of people will watch these videos and be like, well, Dan can do it, I can do it, because that's what I tell everybody. But if I don't tell you guys the dangerous stuff, you'll just do dumb stuff like me. I can't have that. So I'm gonna pop out these clips, we'll pull off the steering wheel, install the new dashboard, and yeah, you know, all that good shit. So I got the clips undone that I need to have undone, and I'm about to pull the steering wheel off, but I'm going to do my best to make sure I remember where the steering wheel sets on this rig, right? I'm about to pull this off, and if I gotta put this thing back on and it's not centered, it's gonna look dumb. But right now the steering wheel is facing head on, and we should get about there. We should be good about here head on, straight. So let's pop this bitch off. Got this big 21 giggity. This shit's easy. Taking off stuff, like bolts and nuts. I really thought this was gonna be way worse than it was. Pull that bad boy off nice and easy. We don't want to rip out the clock spring like I did when I did the carbon fiber steering wheel for the Camaro. Boom, look at that. Dashboard ripped out, everything behind it completely clean, getting ready to put the new dashboard in. How does it make you feel, guys? That was way less work taking it out than I thought it was. I'm not gonna say that it was not hard putting it back in yet, because I haven't done that yet, but I will say, it ain't hard. People talk this shit up to me like it was gonna be a big challenge. Honestly, this is some of the easiest shit I've done for this truck. We'll take a quick break, then we're gonna install that dashboard. And then I'm gonna talk to you guys about some other shit, some plans. All right, time to put the new dashboard in, which is nice black vinyl with white stitching. Ah. What on earth makes me like this? Do I have to remove the shifter column first or some shit? Like, I should have just done that to begin with, man. Had to do it anyway, but no. I'm gonna be Dan about it. Ain't that a fucking pleasure? I know it doesn't match with the doors, but I'm gonna replace these. That's right, I'm doing whole custom interior, man. If I'm doing the dashboard, I'm doing the fucking doors, because the doors are like six fucking bolts. They're easy. I also want to thank Capital Cadillac. I know I keep mentioning my sponsors, but they're the only reason I was able to afford all this shit, is because they have really good deals when it comes to OEM GM parts. I fucking appreciate it now, like a lot. All right, so now I'm burdened with the task of putting everything back together. The good news is that I still have all my screws, because I'll put them in the bag. I put the screws in the bag. No, nobody brought an extra bag. Name that movie. Boom. So I got a bunch of screwy boys that I got to put in the dashboard, like back in again. And like, do I remember where all they go? Fuck no, of course not. Of course not, I don't remember where they all go. But it's pretty simple. Like, if there's a hole, put a screw in it. There's a screw hole here. You can see where they line up to put in, so there's like 3 or 4 layers here. I'll just start putting in the screws where I can. And then if I have any left over, I'll know that I fucked up. Considering how there was like, seriously about 100 screws holding this dashboard on, I don't think it's gonna be a big deal if I miss 1 or 2. All right, that's the new dashboard. The whole, actually I forgot the airbag bolts. All right, now it's in. I got the airbag bolts in. Got my upper and lower bolts. This thing is nice and firm. Oh, actually, now I gotta do the top bolts. Fuck. Now the dashboard's officially in. It only took me 3 tries to make sure I got all the bolts, but there's like 3 layers of dashboard to this thing. You've got your base layer, your exterior layer, and then you have your sub dash, which is what it mounts to the body, and then you have where the body mounts to the sub dash, and then you have where the body mounts to the body. Yeah, So I got all the bolts in where all they need to go for right now. As you can see, all these like brass holes, those were all internal mounting parts fit, so we still have a bunch more screws left. But all the dash to the sub dash is plugged in. All the wires are run through and run properly. It's actually, again, it aren't that hard. This looks a lot better though. Also, I found out that I have a heads up display, a HUD right here. I've never used it before, maybe it'll work now. It was covered with a lot of dirt. So up next would be to start putting back all the panels, right? The problem is, like this dash cover up here that covers all the wiring and the speakers that are up here that I cleaned up nice. The actual instrument cluster, the top cover, the bottom cover, and then the dashboard inserts over here where the glove compartments, quote unquote, both of them go. But I've got a minor problem, which is the fact that they are all purple. Those pieces are all purple, like this brownish purple interior trim over here. So what does that mean? Well, I'm gonna try painting some of them because I got this vinyl paint stuff that I've been needing to try out, but I'm pretty sure that I'm not gonna use that long term. I think I just need to go ahead and order those pieces. I'd also like to order a new DIN, like a touch screen for this thing. The one that came in here is nice, but it's a little dated, so maybe one to fill in this area. But for the most part, I'm just gonna start putting back the trim pieces. I gotta wash them first because they're all dusty. I've had everyone tell me that doing dash swaps was a pain in the ass, and I gotta tell you guys, don't be afraid to do stuff because it seems complicated. It's not as scary as it looks. I try to tell that to everybody. That being said, here are all the parts that I have that have to go back into the dash, you know, all the way from the glove compartments, but you notice that most of these parts is purple. And I like purple. but not with black. I don't like this purple. And these are still like really nasty and whatnot. I need to clean these up real good. So I could use some vinyl spray and get all these pieces that are purple. I could try to make them black. I've heard a lot of good reviews despite how nervous I am about using aerosol sprays. I don't like anything aerosol paint related because it just doesn't work good. But, if you guys can convince me otherwise that the aerosol paint is worth a shit, I'll use it. Otherwise, I'm gonna go home and order all this stuff new, essentially. Like this, I'm gonna get in black. Black. Oh, I can paint that. You'll never see that. Look how incredibly simple the dashboard is. It's fucking 2 things. I've got a little bit more research I need to do, but the new dashboard, I mean, good God, is that great? Have I been needing something like this? So on that note, that's where I'm gonna end today's video. I'm gonna go home and order some stuff and edit this and get it posted. This truck is a whole new truck inside and out, now that I think about it. And everyone's all like, Dan, is it worth it? It's a salvage title, hasn't been worth it. The answer is yeah, like for sure it's been worth it for me. I was unsure on the answer for a little while, mostly because of how long it took to do the frame swap. I genuinely think that you can avoid that. That being said, that now things are turning out to be worth it. And today I replaced every single fuse that's under the hood of this truck, and I'm thinking about going and replacing the other 2 fuse panels entirely, because I got these, and these all look similar to the fuses that I pulled out. And then there's another box on the other side, and that's a very similar story. So while I'm not positive that I've fixed any issues that I've had, it's certainly a good place to start. Shit like that happens all the time in the automotive industry. If you can't figure it out, someone can. It's just how it is. In the meantime, I want to say thank you guys for watching. Consider buying a t-shirt or some merchandise and stuff like that. I got some merchandise available, and it's pretty badass. I design them all myself. I don't want to be ridiculous about it, but I'd love you more if you bought my shirts. And yeah, I think that's a good place to stop on this video. But next video, we'll be replacing the last little bit of door panels, probably do the rear seats, because I got to put those in here and make sure I can make those work. I'll probably have to do some welding and stuff like that to make them work. And then it's just fit and finish. I would say this thing is incredibly close, even though it doesn't look like it. It's the closest it's ever been. How about that? Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I love you.